What is the latest then? Bring us up to date on this constitutional crisis.
So the latest happened yesterday evening. I think there's three angles there. Mariano Rajoy, the Prime Minister, had two meetings with opposition leaders. One, his main ally in Parliament, who is Catalan and who's also centre-right, Albert Rivera, Ciudadanos, and came out and said, after the meeting, this opposition leader said, we have to apply the constitutional clause that allows us to intervene and take over control of Catalonia. The other opposition leader, who's from the main opposition party, the Socialist, Pedro Sanchez, he said there should be more dialogue. The Prime Minister should be open to speaking to everybody, including Podemos, who's seen as far left. Finally, the other thing we see is that the Catalans seem to be having a small rift between themselves. There is a group, the more left-leaning group and the Union, who want to go ahead with independence, whereas the government itself wants to slow down a bit and see if they can find a mediator who can hold talks between Madrid and Barcelona.
Rodrigo, in terms of these conversations, because there is the carrot and the stick, isn't there? There's the threat of invoking this Article 155, which is a succession article, but also Pedro Sanchez pushing for talks, to open talks with the Catalan President Charles Puigdemont. How realistic is that? Is that something that the markets would see as a progressive step? Is that something that might be on offer?
Given Rajoy is a person who does not like confrontation. He's always been defined as a person who has phobia to confrontation. So seeing him intervene and invoking this article and taking control of Catalonia would be out of style. Holding talks would make more sense because it would mean stretching the situation a bit further and avoiding an out-front confrontation. However, we all know that Rajoy and Puigdemont, I mean, they've totally failed once and again to speak to each other, and they just don't seem to have any way to sync. So how would they be able to talk? We would need a really good mediator in this situation.